on today's show, the latest Lakers rumors on Austin Reaves, Dorian Finney-Smith, and a potential trade target for the LA Lakers. Welcome into the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. Jeffrey Cooperstein here with you guys. The Lakers were active around the NBA draft and the undrafted free agent signing period, which could still be going on as well. But now that we're getting into the heat of the offseason, Rob Pelinka looking to upgrade this roster to try to make them a true contender here in the Western Conference. Before we get into today's show, name someone you want the Lakers to sign or trade for. Let me know down there in the comment section. If it's a name that we might talk about here on the show, put it down there. Maybe you'll see it here on a future video. So let's start with Austin Reaves, who declined a max extension offer from the Los Angeles Lakers. According to Dan Wojcicki of The Athletic, Reaves declined a 4-year, $89.2 million max extension with the Lakers, and that could set him up to become a free agent in the offseason of 2026. He has a player option on his deal that he could decline and test free agency next summer. And with Reaves declining that max extension, that all but tells me he's going to be doing just that, declining the player option and going to see what he can get on the open market. And if I'm Austin Reaves, I really don't blame him, because where is his career going to go after having his career best season this year with the Los Angeles Lakers? The Lakers trade for Luka, making Austin Reaves sort of a sidekick to Luka, so to speak. Does Austin Reaves want to spend the next 5 to 7 years of his career as a sidekick to Luka, or does he want to go get paid a max or close to it by another team and try to have more opportunities with the ball in his hands? Look, I think Austin Reaves is a really good player. I thought he was a good player since his time at Oklahoma, but he certainly got exposed in the playoffs in that series with the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you could see the flaws in his game that almost got him played off the floor in that series. I do think he's a good player. I don't mind that the Lakers offered him that 4-year, $89.2 million max, but when he hits the free agent market, he's going to be making a hell of a lot more than that. So I'd be scared of paying him a whole bunch more, but the Lakers are going to have to do that if they want to keep Austin Reaves. And it did kind of rack my brain a little bit. Does this open the possibility of an Austin Reaves trade this offseason? I think the Lakers would like to keep Austin Reaves for at least this year. Maybe at the deadline, if they find a move that they can significantly upgrade from, maybe Reaves is dangled in that deal. But it's also possible that the Lakers and Reaves can try to work something out. We know he declined that max offer, but maybe they could revisit that at some point and get a deal done before he hits free agency. I do think this makes it slightly more possible that Reaves gets traded, whether it be in the offseason or at the beginning of the 25-26 NBA season, but we'll have to wait and see what Rob Pelinka has in store for that. One thing I do know is Austin Reaves wants to stay in Los Angeles for the rest of his career, and this is exactly what he had to say. I want to be in LA. I want to play here my whole career. I love it there. I love the fans, love the weather, love the golf. There is great golf in LA. And obviously, the Lakers are the best organization in basketball. So I think Austin Reaves wants to be a Laker for life. It's just a matter of whether the Lakers and Austin Reaves can work out a contract to keep him here in LA. Is this Austin Reaves' last season in the purple and gold? If you think it is, type Y for yes. If you think no and he's going to be here long term, type M for no for me down in the comment section. The latest on Dorian Finney-Smith is an intriguing story surrounding the Los Angeles Lakers, where it is rumored that he could decline his $15.3 million player option and elect to be a free agent this summer. He will certainly have no shortage of suitors for his services here in free agency after being traded. Look, I like Dorian a lot as a player. I've always liked him dating back to his time in Dallas with the Mavericks. Last season, he had a pretty solid season, especially shooting the ball at 41.1% from three. And he's really turned into one of the best 3-and-D wings here in the league. He can play heavy minutes. He played 28 minutes a night last season. But I think with the Lakers this season in an elevated role, he could play a lot more than that. And I'm hoping that the Lakers can keep Dorian, because I really think they need to. Luka and Dorian Finney-Smith have a really tight relationship dating back to their time in Dallas. They're some of the closest friends on the Lakers team right now. And I think Luka is better when Dorian is on the court, because Dorian's going to guard the opposing team's first or second best player any given night. He's going to knock down wide open threes from Luka off driving kicks, and they have a great chemistry together. So I think it would be a priority if I was the Lakers GM and running things to keep Dorian Finney-Smith this offseason. If he opts out of his contract, I'd try to find a way to bring him back at all costs. And when you take a look at the Lakers' top wings, there's kind of some uncertainty surrounding him. You have LeBron James, who hasn't opted out or in yet, but we know he'll be back with the Lakers next season. Rui Hachimura's name has been dangled around in trade rumors as well, with Dorian Finney-Smith potentially declining that player option and going to free agency. You have Jared Vanderbilt as well, who's under contract for a couple of more years, but Vando's not going to give you the offensive firepower of any of those three that we mentioned previously. And I like Vando a lot, but if he is one of your best wings and has to slide into that starting lineup, you're losing some offensive firepower there for sure. There is lots of uncertainty with this group, and if it were me, I would want to keep Dorian as, for at the most affordable price that I possibly could. With the Lakers having a shortage there, a shortage of cash as well, given their status with the luxury tax and in the apron, I'm not sure they're going to be able to keep Finney-Smith, but they need to try to, because if they don't, I don't know if I like the other alternative. We will talk about a potential alternative to the Lakers wing problem here in just a moment, but before we do that, go get hooked up with our friends at Fanatics today. Head to chatsports.com/Lakers combo. We have you at 40% off. You can get this Lakers short sleeve purple shirt or the long sleeve gray shirt right there. 2 shirts for basically the price of 1. Chatsports.com/Lakers combo. That link is in the comments and the description of today's show. Shout out to Fanatics for sponsoring this episode of the Lakers Report. All right, an Andrew Wiggins trade is something that we are going to talk about, the final topic of today's show. And the Lakers have had rumored interest in Wiggins. Could he be a fit to come to Hollywood and play with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers? And in the short of it, I do think he would be a potential fit for this team. Andrew Wiggins last season averaged 18 points a game, shot 37.4% from 3 on almost 6 attempts a night. This is a guy who is, again, kind of like Dorian Finney-Smith. He's more of an elevated version of him, as he's a much better scorer. Maybe not quite as good of a defender, but I really like Andrew Wiggins, the player, and I think that if the Lakers could work out a deal with the Miami Heat to go get Wiggins, they could do a lot worse. Rob Pelinka could do a lot worse than Andrew Wiggins here. Wiggins, you might have to give him an extension unless he would be okay playing the next year out, and that's certainly a possibility. Like I said, I've always liked Andrew Wiggins. I think that, I know he was the number 1 pick overall way back. He kind of revamped his game when he went to Golden State and helped them win an NBA title a few years ago. He was solid with the Heat this season as well, and the Heat look like they're willing to move off of him. So it's something that I think I would definitely do. This is sort of a trade idea that's kind of been cooked up throughout there. It'd be Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent heading to the Miami Heat, and you'd have a pick swap in there as well in exchange for Andrew Wiggins. This is something I would think about doing if I was Rob Pelinka, as long as you get to keep Dorian Finney-Smith, because then just swapping the wings would really make no sense. But I really hope that they can end up doing that. And then if you add Wiggins, all of a sudden your wing group looks a lot stronger with LeBron James, Andrew Wiggins, Dorian Finney-Smith, and the like. And then you have Dixon coming off the 2-way contract as well, the UDFA, and you look a lot better there. So I think outside of center, the Lakers' biggest problem or biggest need that they need to figure out this season is the wing position. Do you want to trade for Andrew Wiggins? If you do, type T for trade. If you don't, type P for pass. Let me know down there in the comment section. And that will do it for today's show, guys. Appreciate you for tuning in to the Lakers Report. Free agency just around the corner, so stay locked in, and we'll see you guys soon.